Hello, I'm Jared Falk, and welcome to this week's secret lesson. In this week's secret lesson, I'm going to do a little bit of like a 4/3, or I call it kind of a 4/6 polyrhythm. Basically, we're going to be playing a group of 4 with our right hand. So every bar, we're going to play 4 notes, and this is just how I'm going to start it off for you guys. And then we're going to play 6 notes with our left hand within one bar. So just the hands, just starting out, are going to look like this. All right, so kind of think of it with your left hand as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And your right hand's going 1, 2, 3, da, 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 da. Okay? And then if you want to think of it as triplets, it's basically hitting on the downbeat together, then the left hand hits on the ah of the triplets, one triplet, or the let, or one and ah, and then the right hand hits again on the 2, and then the left hand hits on the trip, okay? The 2 trip. And then that's basically the cycle, and it's basically a 2-beat cycle. And the next time it hits on the 3, and then the ah of the 3, and then the trip of the 4. So let me just play it for you again, way slower, and you guys can kind of count with it, all right? All right, so I'd encourage you to get that in your head first. Just get that sound of the 4/3, or whatever you want to call it, 4/6 polyrhythm in your head. And then from there, we can start expanding it around the kit. And that's where this lesson, the content of the lesson really is. I wanted to kind of explain that to you guys first so you had an idea of what I'm doing later and how I'm going to start moving it around the kit. But this sounds so cool and so creepy when you do it, right? And it takes practice, but it is worth it, I promise you that. So from there, basically, I want to be playing a shuffle pattern in my right hand. That's where we're going to go. So a shuffle pattern will just look like this. It's a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so let me show you how it sounds. All right, and then from there, we want to just add in the left hand on the 1 and the of 1, and then the and of 2, and then the 3 and the of 3, and then the and of 4, depending on how you count triplets. But let me just play it with the shuffle and with the left hand in there. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere, hey? And just so you guys know, there is sheet music for this lesson, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna have to click the link in the more info section, become a member of the secret lessons. That's what it's all about, guys. Members only get the sheet music. But if you're watching in the secret lessons area, you're gonna see it right below. So it'll make more sense kind of when you see it in some ways. It's not like you have to be able to be an expert sheet music reader, but it is important for you guys to see how it looks as well, and then hear. So from there, we're going to keep this shuffle pattern going with our right hand, and that's what we're going to be doing throughout the whole lesson. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the 6 notes on just my bass drum. So forget about the left hand. Let's just play it with the bass drum and then the shuffle pattern in our right hand. All right, so it's already starting to sound a little bit freaky here. From there, what I want you guys to do is play 1 bar, so 6 notes with the bass drum, 6 notes with the snare drum, all while keeping the right hand going. Okay, and we're just trying to drive this polyrhythm into your head. Once you kind of get this, then I'm actually going to take it even further, and we're going to start moving it around the kit a little bit. And that's where it gets really, really fun. So 6 notes on the bass drum, 6 on the snare. Here's how it sounds. All right, so I apologize if I'm going a little bit fast. I'm trying to kind of break it down as much as possible for you guys, but I really want to get to the end part, and with the YouTube video limits or the online video limits, we're only allowed to go so much. So I'm trying to cram it in here and get you going on it around the kit, because that's where the real fun starts. So from now, what we're going to do now is we're going to alternate the 6 notes between the right foot and the snare drum. So one on the foot, one on the snare, one on the foot, one on the snare. And you're going to get this kind of like really weird tick-tock feeling, especially with the right hand constantly going. So let me show you how that sounds. And if you haven't kind of driven the polyrhythm into your head yet, this is going to be a little bit challenging, because you first got to get there. You first got to get it to the point where you can do it in your sleep. You can do it just tapping anywhere. And then start working on this kind of stuff. And if you have to pause the video and go for a while and work on it and then come back, this video is going to be up here, so don't worry about that. So let me go. One on the foot, one on the hand, back and forth. Here we go. Okay, and so that's kind of the one pattern alternating between the right foot and the left hand. And now what I'm going to do, and I've written it on the sheet music for you, is I'm going to start moving that around the drums. Now obviously you guys you do whatever you want with this. This is just kind of my variation of it. So don't be afraid to move it around differently than I'm doing it. I don't care. I won't be offended, obviously. But it sounds really, really cool. So let me show you. All right, so now it's starting to sound even crazier. But now I want to take it one step further. And I want to alternate in groups of 2. So 2 with the right foot, 2 with the left hand. 2 with the right foot, 2 with the left hand. And that'll sound like this. Okay, and now we're going to move that around the drum set. And I've written this one just with the high tom and the low tom. And because we basically just do 2 on the foot, 2 on the snare, 2 on the foot, 2 on the high tom, 2 on the foot, 2 on the low tom, and then the pattern repeats itself. Let me show you how it sounds. All right, so that's kind of my variation, whatever you want to call it, the 4/6, 4/3. And to take it one step further, and I'll play a little bit for you guys to show you what to do, is I would move the right hand to the right and then start incorporating your left foot. Because if you can get the chord note pulse mixed with the shuffle in the right hand and then have your right foot and left hand going, it is nuts. So let me just play it for you guys first, and yeah, let's hear how it sounds. Okay, so I probably look like a total idiot playing that, but it kind of screws with your brain, and you're going to realize that when you start taking it to your kit. But it's truly a fun thing to do. So, like I said, if you guys aren't watching this in the free drum lessons, secret lessons, members area, you got to go there. You got to go there to get the sheet music. It's one of those things that you're going to need to see as well as hear to kind of internalize. and then you can easily take it to your kit and you don't have to bring this video around with you everywhere. But I've enjoyed teaching this lesson. I've been waiting for a while to kind of share this with you because I wanted to kind of experiment more on it and just kind of make sure that it was something I was comfortable with teaching and comfortable with playing. And so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again soon.